Almost a decade ago, I received my first glimpse of the impending higher ed crisis. I attended a conference to hear from the president of a historic liberal arts college who walked us through the higher ed business model. He plotted out the basic financial strategy, broke down how the funding works, and described where the money comes from. The more he talked, the more it became evident that the model he was describing was broken. He pulled no punches on its flaws. The talk was made even more disheartening by the fact that he provided no solutions. Instead, he humorously concluded with something along the lines of, "So you can see from this that we are all driving straight off of a cliff and there is no way to turn." With that, the room erupted into laughter and the talk ended. Having acknowledged our impending doom, we retreated into the hall for casual conversation and snacks. So, what is going on in higher ed? How can this attitude be all too common? I think there are two major culprits. First, many university and college presidents are getting close to retirement and will bail when things get bad. With pensions and retirement plans in hand, they will sail into the sunset and leave the problem to someone else. Second, American higher ed is like a pig feeding at the federal taxpayer trough, which means there isn't much incentive to change. Higher ed is so thoroughly subsidized by federal student loans and easy money that nobody is willing to break away from the model that we all now feel pretty sick about. The business model behind this lending is highly flawed and costs taxpayers billions more than we were told it would. And with the feds now canceling student debt, this problem just doubled. This is why a group of college leaders, all with PhDs, can be in a room laughing about how poor their financial models are without any real sense of impending doom. They are backed by the same sort of too big to fail hubris that poisoned the financial sector and caused the 2008 housing meltdown. Such corrupt, bureaucratic handout thinking has become all too common in our culture. We've even named these types of industries accordingly: Big Finance, Big Tech, Big Pharma, and Big Eva. To this list, I'd like to add Big Ed. Big Ed is that quintessential institution of higher education. Big Ed is convinced that America cannot exist without it, and no matter what level of irresponsible spending it indulges in, the American government will swoop in to supplement revenues and make sure that the checks never bounce. I don't think many people realize how extensively the entire post-secondary ecosystem depends on government money. And this has significant implications for how these schools are run. For one thing, this is not a system that is tuned into the price signals of the free market. And for the other, there are a legion of much greater cultural and social problems that come when you give the reins over to a godless bureaucracy. Here at New St. Andrews, we are decidedly un-Big Ed, nor are we under the thumb of his funder, Big Brother. We steer clear of federal dollars and debt and all the ways that strategy ensnares and binds you. If you'd like to learn more, check out my latest article on Big Ed and what we can do about it. Click the link below or visit the NSA blog to learn more.